What's going on, guys? Chris with Journals Comics. I'm back with another contest video. This is a contest entry for Jimmy C. Hopefully I'm still in time. It was posted about a month ago and I just found out about it, so it was really cool, kind of quick, just a few questions. It wasn't for a certain amount of subs or anything. He was just having a contest just to kind of give love to the community, which was pretty cool. But he is almost at 1,000, so hopefully he'll hit that 1,000 mark real soon here. But I have some questions here. Let me grab my questions. Let me grab some water. Stay hydrated here. Okay, guys. So what he asked was non-comic related, and I really enjoy when these contests kind of go outside the box. So there's only 3 questions, and yeah, like I said, not contest related. So it'll be really cool to kind of see all the entries for this contest and kind of get an idea of us YouTubers and get a different perspective on some things we like outside of comic books. All right, let me take some water here. All right, I'm ready to go. All right, so first off, obviously the first one is the coolest question in my book, because we get to show some stuff off. So his first question was, what are your favorite movies? What is your all-time favorite movie, or top 5 or whatever? Man, let me tell you, I love movies so much, even though like nowadays movies are freaking crap for the most part. Movies, man, I mean, this was hard for me, so I picked a few I got right here out of my collection. But this is so tough. I mean, I love so many movies and so many different kind of movies. But let me just get into kind of what I had. I know my #1 movie of all time, okay? And I'm going to show that here. Now, everything else, I wouldn't say there's a real order. But they are definitely in the top. Alright, guys, sorry about that. I actually forgot the #1 movie. I had my stack here and I forgot it, so I had to pause the video and go grab it. Okay, now, #1 of all time, Star Wars. Obviously, this is the trilogy. If I had to pick, I'd say The Empire Strikes Back. Here is the original VHS. Yeah, this was before any of the changes that they did in the 90s or later. The original Empire Strikes Back VHS. Cool story. The first time I ever saw Star Wars was Return of the Jedi, which came out after I was born. All the first 2, I wasn't born yet. So, but I remember I was probably 4 years old, and I was at my uncle's house, he's a big geek, and he's totally cool. He has my birthday, actually, but he's a big Star Wars fan, and he had Laserdiscs. I don't know if any of you remember Laserdiscs, but they were like these big, they were like record size DVDs, and there were these huge discs, and he put it in this player, and they play movies. It was crazy. Check it out. If y'all don't remember it, Google Laserdisc. So I was at his house. He was like babysitting me or something, and here he goes. He pulls out the Laserdisc, Return of the Jedi, pops it in. That was the first time I ever saw a Star Wars movie, and I tell you, it was on and popping from there. I'd have to say Empire Strikes Back is probably my favorite one, but just #1, hands down, Star Wars trilogy. Star Wars. I can't. That's the one movie I watch. I've watched it a million times. I can watch it a million more. I'm never gonna get tired of it. All right. Now, again, the ones I'm gonna show off now aren't necessarily in a specific order, but let's go in with E.T. I mean, anybody that grew up in the 80s, how can you not have E.T. on your list? And here's the VHS. How can you not have E.T. on your list, man? I mean, what this movie did for my childhood, just all the elements are just amazing in this movie. I can't even, obviously I'm not going to just go in and talk about the movie. I'm sure we've all seen it. E.T., such an iconic character. Yeah, I still cry when he goes home. All right. Let me kind of switch it up here. I'm going to show off one of my favorite baseball movies. I love baseball. So, Field of Dreams, again, as a child, as a kid, watching this movie, just so magical, you know, with if you build it, they will come, you know, in the, building the baseball field in the cornfield. I mean, this movie made me want to go build a baseball field in the middle of some cornfield somewhere or something. But yeah, I mean, just such a great movie. I love it. I mean, I could have picked Eight Men Out was another good one. One of my favorites growing up. Sandlot. So many good baseball movies. All right. Now, how can I not show this? This is probably, man, I don't know. Maybe this is my number 2, but Star Wars, Star Wars. See, I'm still stuck on Star Wars. Transformers. As you can see, all my Transformers back there. Yes, this frickin' movie. I can't 30th anniversary this year, so maybe I'll pick up the 30th anniversary Blu-ray or something. But I have this recorded on VHS still from like when they played it on TV or something, or maybe it was when, you know how you used to hook up one VCR. You can hook up 2 VCRs to each other and like dub one VHS movie to another blank one. Maybe that's how I got it. But here's the DVD. I love this movie. So iconic. Love me some Transformers. How to go with that one. Alright. Now, strode off some Star Wars. Gotta show off some Star Trek. And again, this is the full collection. If I had to pick, I'd probably say, shoot, which one? Search for Spock probably was my favorite, but just the whole collection. Star Trek, love me some Star Trek. This is the Blu-ray special edition collection. And then lastly, the last one I'm going to show off here again. A lot of these obviously are from my childhood, because there's been some great movies that have came out. One movie I'm going to shout out, Kite Runner. When you talk about like emotional, deep movies, Kite Runner, guys, that's one movie that moved me for and impacted me forever. But obviously I got a theme going on here, and I'm going to keep up with that theme. Back to the Future, and again, this is the trilogy. I'd probably say the second one was my all-time favorite. Back to the Future, again, so iconic. I mean, the 80s. Oh, another one. The Never Ending Story. The Never Ending Story should be out here with these. See, guys, see, this is the thing. I could have brought my whole freaking collection out here, but I got the Never Ending Story on VHS as well as DVD. But Back to the Future 2, I got the poster hanging up in my room here. All these movies just impacted my childhood in such a way, and I still watch these movies over and over today. I watch them with my kids. You know, and another one that I don't have, I can't believe I don't have it, but one of my favorite movie genres is like mob movies. I'm Sicilian. That actually comes up to another question, but let me I'll hold out on bringing this topic up. But mob movies are one of my favorite genres. I could have showed off of Goodfellas, one of my all-time favorite movies, man. Goodfellas, obviously Godfather, probably Godfather 2. You know, Al Pacino, one of my favorite actors of all time. Heat, that was another good movie. So I could have showed off all those movies as well. Untouchables, but here's the ones that I picked out for you guys. I'll leave it at that, and we'll kind of go on to the second question. Favorite quote from a movie. I wanted to do the Optimus quote, you know, in that originated in the cartoon movie that made it into the first 2007 Michael Bay release, where Optimus faces Megatron and he's like, one shall stand, one shall fall. But my favorite quote is from, again, one of my favorite movies. You guys might know I'm a big Tupac fan. I don't even like saying fan, because it's deeper than that, how Tupac affected my life within his music and who he was is a person of you know. Anyways, Juice. Tupac played Bishop in Juice. Omar Epps played Q. And if you guys have not seen this movie, it's such a classic movie. You know, Juice, was about these core friends, and they kind of, you know, they got in some trouble, and things started to pop off, and it brought a feud between Q and Bishop. So Bishop, Tupac, is, you know, going crazy basically and doing his own thing, and Q is confronting Bishop, and he's like, man, you're crazy. And Tupac, Bishop, says, you know what, I am crazy, but you know what else, I don't give up. I'm gonna keep it clean just in case the kids are watching. I don't give up about you. I don't give up about Raheem. So anyways, yeah. You know what? I am crazy, but I don't give up. That's my favorite all-time quote. You got to watch the movie. You got to see the charisma that Tupac embodied in this character. Such a good actor. We wish we could have seen him in more movies, but that's my favorite movie quote. So many good ones out there, though. Okay, so question number three, share something that nobody really knows about you. So I'm gonna bring up two things. One goes back to when I was talking about mob movies. Mob movies, I'm Sicilian. I always say The Godfather 2 is like my family tree story, because it goes back to the old country. But my grandfather, who was from Sicily, came over to the States, moved to Chicago when he was like a teenager. Ran numbers for Al Capone back in the day. No lie, I'm not kidding you. Okay, before he ended up going to the military and fighting in Normandy. He was on the beaches in Normandy on D-Day, which is pretty awesome. But when he was fresh young teenager in the Chicago streets, he used to run numbers for Al Capone. Pretty cool. So that's a little bit of my family lineage there. I got some Sicilian gangsters in my lineage. And the second thing goes back to Tupac. I just want to touch a little on this. Like, that's why I say Tupac isn't... I hate saying I'm a fan, because Tupac really saved my life. When I was a teenager, I had a rough time, and I was in a really, really dark place. And to be honest, I was either facing, you know, jail or death. And Tupac, within his music and his words and his influence, I remember the day where I woke up. You know, obviously it was a progression after that in terms of me getting on track. But I remember the day where I was hit with it, and I was sitting in a car listening to a particular Tupac song, and it hit me in his words, like he was talking to me. And you know, he has a quote that says, when he said, I'm not saying I'm going to change the world, but I guarantee that I will spark the brain that will change the world. I live by that quote. So I've lived by that quote since I was, you know, like 18. And it definitely means a lot to me. As a musician, I actually got to work with his group, The Outlaws, if you guys are familiar with them. Obviously never was able to make music with Tupac, being that he died when I was still pretty young, a teenager, and not really successful in my music yet. So, but I got to link with his family basically, and make some music a few different times with them. So that was a huge blessing. So a little something personal in my life. So guys, Jimmy C, man, this is a great contest. Thank you so much for having it. Good luck and congrats on 1,000 subs when you get there, because I know you will. And this is just awesome being able to come out here and share some different things outside of just comic books. I hope you guys enjoyed the movies that I shared. And yeah, definitely, I'm going to send a link over to, or post a link to Jimmy C below. Definitely go check him out. And thank you guys for watching. Jimmy C, again, thank you so much for having this contest. Appreciate you guys. Until next time.